Hey guys, I'm at the Heartland Museum in Clarion, Iowa. I'll show you what they got. This is on the outside. Kind of designed like an old town or something. Okay, so how long has the museum been here?
Oh, about 20 years. And this used to be a chicken hatchery, this whole building.
Really?
And there's two separate buildings. There's the ag hall, and it's connected by a double door in there. But this part used to all be chickens. So this is very old. And when we first bought it, the foundation bought this building, there were no walls in here at all. It was just all concrete, and then there was no drop ceiling. And it was pretty ugly in here. And this has all been done by volunteers, except for things like electrical and plumbing. We had to have that by professionals.
Codes.
Yeah, codes. So, but we've had people from all over. We just had a guy come from Denmark the other day, which is neat. We've had a lot of people from foreign countries. It's amazing. The tractor thing is a big deal. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of give you a layout of how this is, and you just wander anywhere and take all the pictures that you want. This is the whole building that was the chicken hatchery. And right here we have what's called streetscapes. This is the 1950s street. This is the 30s street. And up there where the horse is the Victorian street. There's all kinds of things to see here, places to go in and out. Through the double doors where it says Prairie Farm Supply, that is our ag hall. And there's tractors galore. Make sure and go upstairs because there's scale models. And also there's, along the north wall, are all the horse-drawn conveyances. And of course,
Nice.
the gift shop. But anyway, you're on your own. If you have questions, come and find one of us. And then when you're all done with this side, we're going to send you out to the red shed. There's another, 49 tractors out there. And then the 4-H schoolhouse. Okay?
Sounds great.
Cool. All right.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so what we have here is like an old diner setup. Probably from the, I would say, 60s. If I was to date this, I would say 60s. The 60s kind of had that like retro space looking type stuff. And I could be wrong, but I'm just guessing. Here's a camera shop.
That's too bad.
I bet they don't have any GoPros in there.
No. This is actually a collection of a local professional photographer.
Yeah?
He donated it to the museum. We do have a couple of really, really nice,
Even this is old.
yeah, that's probably...
For today's standards.
70s. You're welcome to walk in here and look at stuff. Got several Nikons in that era, which probably one of the best cameras ever made.
So what will be the oldest camera in here?
Probably down with the bellows style. There's another there that's Polaroid.
So here's a, like a fire room, like a fire station stuff. You can see some old helmets. Look at that. Looks more like a spacesuit, but looks like firefighter gear from a long time ago. Manual. Apparently we like to make noise on this trip. Here is a very old fire truck. Clarion, #1 fire department. Looks like that's been used several times. some old tools for looks like woodworking. We got a lathe here. With pulleys that would turn that. This is definitely a wood lathe, and you put your tools on that. It looks like this is a 56 Ford. Victoria.
We all need that. And that should be it. I think Melanie said she had something. Well, yeah.
This is like a teddy bear collection. I'm not going to go over it too much. Because teddy bears aren't tractors. But I'm going to show you a little bit about a brief thing about the history. Where did teddy bears get their name from? It's from the president, Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt's greatest accomplishments as a man and a United States president will always be remembered. That special toy he lent his name to over 100 years ago will be with us forever. We honor Roosevelt for his part in the evolution of our little friend, the teddy bear, a toy that will continue to spread love, happiness, and friendship throughout this country and around the world. Well, that's pretty cool. Here's like a mock-up of an old theater where you'd have old posters like this. It's a Wonderful Life. And this is an old like kitchen or something, or a dining area. Gone with the Wind. Frankenstein. It's an old telephone.
Open this little door a little bit, and then the light will come in. You know, most little kids have no idea what this is.
For you millennials, this is what we had way back when. Phone booths. Still see them in the movies like Matrix and stuff. We got an old Ford. It's 1930 Model A. Here's an old phone booth. Remember the maps? Don't use them anymore. I'm just kind of doing the stuff that interests me, but if you want to see more, come and check it out. Because everyone's got different interests, so. This is like a general store here. Oh, here's an old jail.
You're going to find some Olivers out in that red shed out there, too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're real nice. Beautiful.
You know them are the best tractors?
We like all of them. But yeah. The guy that restores our Olivers is from Osmond, Nebraska.
Oh yeah?
Steve Wacker. He's very good. Very good.
So, here is the jail. A jail from way back when. Look at it. Got any flintlocks here? Here's looks like a double barrel shotgun. And they got him chained down. That's a good thing. A lever action. Another lever action. This is probably a shotgun as well. Pretty big tube. Look at the jails. Look at how much room you got. 2 people in here. This is probably from the, I don't know, the Old West days. Here's a bank. You got an old safe. Typewriter. Look at that. The military room. That's pretty cool. It's made out of wood. So is that. Well, this one's even cooler yet. USS Iowa. So I don't know, maybe you've been bored up to this point, but there's a whole nother room. There's a lot of stuff here. Because look, there's tractors galore. Look at an Oliver sign. I'll go up on the steps and I'll show you a good view of this. Like I said, we were here 5 years ago, so it's museums change a lot, even in a year, so. You can see how big it is. And you can walk all the way along this balcony. 5 years ago they had the original Big Bud 747 here. So I'm gonna show you some tractors. So here we got a little Farmall B. These things are restored so nice. And a John Deere 830 diesel. Here's a Holt, like probably a military thing. And a Chevy 27 Chevy truck. Here we got an Oliver stuck in here. 4988. Fender extenders. Very nicely done. I gotta get a picture of the front of it. A video of it. There's an old Chevy 3100. A little mini bike thing. A little big Briggs & Stratton fuel tank. Here we got clocks, and a lot of them. There's two Oliver ones right there. And this thing is a Haggy Spray It Low. It's a sprayer. Yep. So you got an engine here and you got an engine there. One of them must run the pump. I don't know if I've ever seen one like that before though. There's a Massey Harris 44 diesel special high crop. One of two that survived, used for vegetable row crops. There's a John Deere 630 LP standard. You know, all that stuff makes it rare. Standard makes it rare, LP makes it rare. Here's an old Hart Parr. Look at that, Charles City, Iowa. 2850. What a wide thing. $1927. 2850. Uses two 1224 engine blocks. It's twin two engines. Let's see the back of that. 2 engines there. Sweet, huh? Yeah, I can't imagine how much time it takes to restore this, because the older these are, the worse the sheet metal usually is. So here's an interesting Oliver HG. It would be looks like it would be an HGR. I thought they recalled all these. It's got the rubber tracks on it. So I thought the rubber was wearing and stretching, and they had to recall them, I thought. It doesn't say that. Oliver signs. Some more Oliver signs. This place is just lit up really nice too. You got case signs lit up everywhere. So much to see. Here's a little John Deere. A little, I don't even know what. Designed like an L. Here's a 1962 660 Oliver with 42-inch rear wheels, single front, restored by Lyle Dumont, Sigourney, Iowa. And it also has the extended axles. They're longer. Let's look how long that sticks out. It's got the newer style decals. It's really nice. Diesel. That's a rare one. Single front. That's probably more of a one of a kind right here. Plus you got cast iron rears. It's harder to find on the 660 or 66 series. I don't think I've ever seen one with this. Hydraulics. An old snowmobile, some old gas pumps. A fanning mill. Another Oliver sign. I'll just go up and down these rows, I guess. Look at Bush-hogs. Half-scale case steam engine. Some old snowmobiles. Here's a Thresher, but yeah, half scale. I was gonna say it looks like a half scale. Here's an 830 case high crop. 1965 version from Florida. A lot of the high crops were like in Florida area and stuff. A 59 case diesel. 530 case. Dual range drive. Here's a case VAO being an orchard. So the operator would duck down here for tree branches. It's a gas model. Here's a case L.A.E. stationary engine. Use that to power like belt power stuff. John Deere 520 LP. LP makes it rare. Here's a John Deere D. 1948. Okay, this one's interesting. I was pretty sure that I remembered these being here. The John Deere 435 diesel, 1959. It happens to have the Detroit in it. So here, GM diesel power. Which one that is? It looks like it's probably a 2-cylinder. I'm thinking it's a 2. This is 1935 John Deere B. Looks like an older style. With that in the front. Says with steel wheels front and back. I don't think so. It's got a magneto on it instead of a distributor. Here's a 51 Centaur. Model M. Thought a Centaur was half human, half horse. Manufactured by Leroy Company. It's a 41 B2 co-op tractor. Here it says John Deere Company manufactured what are called patio tractors in different colors, red, white, blue, and yellow, to appeal to prospective customers who like those colors. Anything to make a sale. Oh, John Deere lawnmower. There's another one, a 110. Here's a 49 number 15 IH 1-cylinder 3.5 horse bale press. One of the last models built. You set a tractor up for the belt pulley with the belt there, and then you'd manually pitch in hay or straw there, and it would make bales. This is a 35 Allis Chalmers WF unstyled, and Allis Chalmers lawnmower. It's an old truck. This is a 1923 GMC. Here's a Model D Turnapull. World War II Model Q scraper. Dropped by parachute for building runways in World War II. That's cool. Imagine dropping that with a parachute. Must have to just clear out brush and make something smooth in a hurry. It's a 1948 Willys Jeep. Bah. It's a Mack truck, 1938. And then here's a model of the Big Bud 747 that they used to have here. This is 1950 Massey Harris 44 Vineyard gas, used in grapevines in California. Looks like this one, this Pacemaker, Massey Harris Pacemaker, was in Antique Power, 1936. I've seen signs at work, do not run this if you have a pacemaker. So you don't want to weld if you own one of them. Here's a Porsche diesel, 1962 from Germany. That's an interesting front end, huh? And 1959 John Deere Lanz, 28 horse. From Germany. And here's a 1960, 16.5 horse John Deere Lanz. Or the last one was a 28 horse. The John Deere 40. And this is a John Deere Kilifer drawn type subsoiler pan breaker. So, kind of like the one that I got, the Oliver one. Oh, heavy duty. Look at that. Tough. Here's a 1955 Farmall Cub high crop. Definitely has narrow tires. Look at that. There's a 53 Case SE, 35 horse. And a Case DE, 45 horse. This is a stationary engine. So you move it like that's on a trailer. Here's a John Deere stationary engine, and then oh, I don't know what this is. Old snowmobile. Here is a BF Avery. Benjamin Franklin Avery started out manufacturing plows in 1825 at Clarksville, Virginia. 1945, he moved his operation to Louisville, Kentucky. 1914, BF Avery and Sons Company of Louisville, widely recognized as the world's largest manufacturer of plows, entered the tractor business with its motor plow, Louisville Motor Plow, a three-wheeled machine with one of the rear wheels furnishing the drive. BF Avery Company made several models of tractors, and we believe this is a 1945A. Here's an Oliver 440. A pedal tractor. Really nice. Nicely restored. Here's a 88 pedal tractor, looks like an original one with the wagon. And then a 60 wide front roll crop. Those are hard to find for 60s. It's a wide front's a rare option. 1948. It's a 1948 McCormick Farmall HV high crop. Some pedal tractors. A 51 John Deere BWH. It's got long axles from California, so probably used for a tall crop, or you need spacing for something. Not really tall, but for spacing. This one would be a tall one. 51 John Deere B high crop. One of only 6 built by the Hedrick brothers of Woodland, California. John Deere 420 high crop. And a John Deere 630. Minneapolis farm motor. 1923 Minneapolis 2244, built between 1921 and 1927. Well, that's got a wood cab on it. Minneapolis farm motor. 1917 Avery, 1225. A 53 Chamberlain Model 40 KA, made in Australia. This is from Brisbane, Australia, used for general cultivating tasks until February of 95. Restored and shipped to USA in August 95 for Expo V Grundy Center, Iowa. Deere and Company bought into Chamberlain in the late 60s and took them over totally in 1986. The Massey Harris 44 via orchard. So it's got the protection for the branches. That's why the lights are down here, so the branches don't take them off. 1950. Here's a John Deere 60 high crop. 55. Here is a 1959 770 orchard. Restored by Lyle Dumont. Let's see if I can get the back of it. So you sit down in here. The seat's different, it's lower, and you sit down so branches go over your head. There's an old snowmobile and a stagecoach or a buggy. An old Ford-O-Matic 54 Ford pickup. Some old snowmobiles, Arctic Cats. Here's 1929 Coleman with a Buddha gas engine. Here's a 1940 Minneapolis Moline Jeep. This is Mini right there. Right there it shows it in an ad for Victory. Minneapolis Moline Tractors and Farm Machinery. We got an ammo box in the back. It says many people have strong opinions on the identity of the inventor of the Jeep. A 44 booklet titled A Wartime Report, Food 2, Fights for Freedom, carries a section headed, The Original Jeep is a Product of Minneapolis Moline. Current national publicity has obscured the fact that the first war machine named Jeep was born at Minneapolis Moline. There's an McCormick Deering International Industrial 30. It's black. 53 Caterpillar Orchard D2. And a Fordson Major tracked crawler. These are crawlers here. Caterpillar 22, 1937. And a Cat 22 Orchard 38 model. So you got covering up the tracks here, so be used for buying trees. The airplane up there. Iowa corn usage 2014-2015. Fuel ethanol 43%, feed 29%, other processing 13%, exports 8%, residual other 7%. It's a 1927 IHC model YH single row horse-drawn cultivator. 1930s Caterpillar road grader. An International T5 crawler. Late 40s to early 50s International T6. And a John Deere Lindemann crawler, 1930s. There it says Lindemann. 1918 Avery Model C. Cultivating tractor. Jeez, you don't see them very often. Look how long that is. Is that check roll planter, corn planter, John Deere? And a John Deere 614 one bottom trip plow. A 43 John Deere B on steel, front and rear. And this looks like a little genius. International number 15 two bottom tractor plow. Number 15. Looks like a little genius though. John Deere hammer mill.